Welcome to the Support Report podcast, hosted by United Community Supports of Maryland. Here, we discuss any and all topics relating to adults with developmental disabilities as we strive to make support resources and other interesting topics more accessible to our community. Today, our special guest is Beth Lash. She is the Regional Director for the Maryland Division of Rehabilitation Services, or DORS, with a focus on the DC metro suburbs. And she is here to let us know about the best way for our community to maximize employability.
I am very happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, and just to get started with our questions, first off, what is DORS and how do individuals qualify for the program?
Great question. Division of Rehabilitation Services is part of the Maryland state government system, and we are under the Maryland State Department of Education. We are known as what is called the Vocational Rehabilitation Program. This program is 80% federally funded, so there's a similar program available in every state and territory in the U.S. These programs are authorized under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, or WIOA, and that is federal legislation. Vocational rehabilitation services refers to a wide range of services that assist individuals with significant disabilities to enter or return to employment consistent with their skills and interests. The service also focuses on stabilizing individuals in employment and performing job duties satisfactorily in order to maintain employment. Examples of services include assessments, counseling and guidance, job coaching, job training, higher education, assistive technology, and support services. It's actually a very exciting program because of its flexibility to provide a wide range of services that might be needed for employment success. Eligibility determination is based on having a physical or mental disability that seriously affects your ability to work, and you must need rehabilitation services in order to get or keep a job. Social Security recipients are presumed eligible for these services. Also, there is a waiting list that's based on severity of disability, but individuals determined to have a most significant disability do not experience a wait for services. Once eligible, the counselor and consumer develop an employment goal and plan of services to assist the individuals in obtaining and maintaining employment in a career field consistent with the individual's interests and strengths. But wait, we have another program I want to talk about. DORS also offers pre-employment transition services to students with disabilities under the age of 22. These services include job exploration counseling, work readiness training, work-based learning, self-advocacy skills training, and counseling on post-secondary opportunities. These services are available to all students with disabilities under the age of 22, and there is no waiting list.
Wow, that sounds really fantastic. You guys have a lot to offer. Okay, so how can adults with developmental disabilities best maximize their employability?
Work as early and as much as possible. I mentioned just before that DORS provides work-based learning opportunities to students with disabilities. This is a service provided because of research and evidence that indicates the earlier and more that individuals gain work experience early in their work life, the more likely they are to work throughout adulthood. A service like work-based learning is just one example of gaining work experience early. Other ways include summer jobs, after-school jobs, and even volunteer work. Another suggestion I have is to engage in community activities as much as possible, consistent with your interests. This helps to build your personal network as well as knowledge about the world around you. People with or without disabilities often obtain employment through their personal network. And so a rich personal network can be an important factor.
Yeah, that completely makes sense, and I think that's, a really important point is just, having those people that you can turn to and ask questions and building that up. That's great.
Exactly.
So what job training or coaching, is available to these individuals?
Well, we provide job coaching services through approved and accredited community rehabilitation programs. For individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, these are often programs also available through the DDA. Individuals have the right to choose their programs. Those who have an interest in employment should seek affiliation with programs that have a strong vocational component. So when you are shopping around to choose your program, ask about the number of individuals served in supported employment, the number of individuals employed, and examples of work environments with the various programs. I think it's important to clarify that the DORS program weaves the funding with the DDA supported employment funding. And so the DORS program provides the initial intensive short term job coaching that's needed to stabilize individuals in employment. And so if an individual is eligible for DDA funding, after a period of time, they will transition to their extended funding only.
Awesome. Um, so what fields of work are most commonly available for individuals seeking employment?
Well, I am going to decline to answer this question, really, because I don't want to pigeonhole our consumers into certain fields. Individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities have forever complained about the three F's, food, filth, and flowers. I want to be respectful of the need to move away from that and into more customized jobs. So, in short, let's free our minds and shoot for the stars.
I
That's
love
not to say, thank you. That's not to say that individuals wouldn't be wise to learn about the local labor market and hot jobs. DOORS also provides counseling and guidance to help with that.
mm,
And everyone needs to start somewhere. And so, first steps in employment are rarely ideal jobs, but those work experience make more ideal jobs more feasible moving forward.
yeah. I think that is a wonderful mindset to have towards it. That is really great. And are there any kind of restrictions on employment in relation to keeping other benefits like SSI?
Well, DOORS is able to purchase professional benefits counseling services to all SSI or SSDI beneficiaries under an employment plan. The information surrounding public benefits and employments is very complex. And we are lucky to have a strong cadre of experts here in Maryland that can help individuals understand the impact of wages on benefits. They can also help individuals access various work incentives offered through Social Security and the state. One super neat incentive is the Employed Individuals with Disabilities Program, which is also known as the Medicaid buy in. This program can help individuals maintain their Medicaid with a more liberal earnings limit if they would otherwise lose it because of wages. So, yes, earnings can affect public benefits, but I want to emphasize you are almost always financially better off to work if you also access incentives that are available.
I think that's really good information to have and to share because that's not something that's always known. So that's really great. Okay,
There are a lot of misconceptions around and a lot of appropriate concern and worry about the public benefits. And so the service that's been developed over the last decade or more, the professional benefits counseling is an excellent service that we can provide.
yeah, for sure. So moving into our rapid fire questions.
Mhm.
Number one, what brought you into this field?
It was a summer job during college, and I got a job working with individuals with intellectual disabilities. I didn't have a car that summer. I could only ride my bike, and there was a local day activity program right down the street from my house, and so that's the job I applied for. But it wasn't really until I started working in the field of voc rehab that I really found my niche.
I love that. That's so cool. What is your dream for this community?
Well, I am going to read to you the vision of the DORS agency, because I find this vision so inspiring, and it's exactly how I feel. Our shared vision is that the state of Maryland is the best place in our nation for persons with disabilities to live, work, and raise a family. Individuals with disabilities are welcome, fully included, and actively participate in all Maryland communities. And so that is my dream.
I love that. That's awesome. And last but not least, what is one thing that we can positively do to change services?
Well, I would say be persistent and advocate for yourself and the services you need. Learn good self advocacy skills. Our systems are not perfect, but every employee I have genuinely wants to help individuals achieve their employment goals. But there are a lot of misconceptions about how um, the DORS program funding and the DDA program funding all works together. And so we need to work to make these systems clear, um, to everyone involved.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Information is power.
That's true. Very true.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Beth, for joining us. This has been really informative.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks again for listening to the Support Report podcast. Tune in next month for a new episode.